Hey everyone, this is Phoneybeetlemaniacxs, and this is going to be a vlog about the new Bond film Skyfall. Now, after the last Bond film with the terrible song by Jack White and Alicia Keys, which I can't sing to you now because it's horrible, and the horribleness that was Christian Sport because, sorry, Quantum of Solace, it was just dull. It was just that nothing happened in it. Nothing happened quite a lot, and it had no impact. It had no emotional depth. There was nothing about it. Now with Skyfall, that is total. That's I was going to say 100. It's more like 270. It's just like, the dial has been changed, that dramatically. Because instead of getting a Bond film, what we got is a great film in the exoskeleton of a James Bond film. So basically, we have to have all the Bond stuff, but the best stuff in this Bond film is the fact that it's a character drama. It's about Bond and M and their relationship together and what makes it start, and it's about how it's like a pseudo family and how she's sort of like his mother and she's trying to take care of him and stuff like that. This theme goes very strong throughout the film. It's very striking. The best thing about it is that Judi Dench and Daniel Craig are really good together. You can tell that there's a deep, caring relationship there. I think that's probably the best scene for me was when Javier Bardem, who is playing the bad guy, who I know people have moaned about the haircut, but again, to me, it's very Christopher Walken in View to a Kill, where he had the same sort of blonde, sticky out hair. But again, I think that it's fine. He looks the part. But he's introduced, and he walks towards James Bond, and he's do this monologue, which I'm not going to replicate for you, but he talks about going on holiday once, and it shouldn't be threatening because he's talking about going on holiday, but it is one of the most terrifying things because he's talking about, because she's like thinking, where is this going? And there's some sexual tension between him and Bond, which is very shocking because all the sexual tension Bond usually has is with women, or the woman he cares about that day. But the best thing about it is that Javier Bardem isn't just a one-note villain. He's not just, I want to take over the world with sharks with laser beams, or I just want to destroy the world. He actually has a plan, and his plan is, I'm not going to tell you what his plan is because I don't want to spoil it. But his plan basically is to mess with MI6. I'm not going to tell you how he does that because that's part of the story. But I think the very best thing is that we have this trio, this triad of people who have a very close connection, because by the end of it, Bond and this villain have a close connection because they're sort of like brothers. And that's one of the things that I never thought I'd see in a Bond film, is that we'd see the villain and Bond being so closely related, so that they're sort of like two sides of the same coin. Now, the other really good stuff is that the action's really good. It's shot beautifully. I think Sam Mendes, basically, I didn't know that Sam Mendes could do stuff like this because I'd seen him do American Beauty and Road to Perdition. Actually, I think there's a lot of things to Road to Perdition in this. Now, I know it's not just Craig, but the fact that it's a bit of a road movie. You'll know that part where you get to it. And it's a bit of old feeling to it. I don't mean that it feels antiquated. I mean that it feels like a film that comes from a different era. I'd say there's only a couple of missteps in the whole thing. I think the bit. I think the times where Bond does his quips are a bit ill-judged, shall I say, and I think they should have had the James Bond thing at the start, but again, those are minor things, because frankly, this was one of the best Bond. It probably is the best Bond I've seen. I mean, people are saying that already, and you know what? I don't disagree with any of them. I think it is a fabulously well crafted thing, and I'd be very surprised if it doesn't end up in people's like top fives or top 10 films of the year, because it isn't just a great Bond film; it's a great film. You know, it moves along at a pace. You know, it doesn't linger or linger. It's not there where you don't feel anything. I do think there is severe emotional, connection here, and that's something that very rarely happens in James Bond. So, I think this is well setting up the next one, and I think that this is probably the best Bond film we've had to date. I don't know what they're going to do next. Are they going to get Christopher Nolan to do it? Are they going to get Sam Mendes to come back? But whatever's next, bravo, because this was a top class effort, and if you can see it, come and see it as soon as possible. Well done.